No. I couldn't believe what my eyeballs were showing me. I'll never forget how evil the eyes were. It was horrible. I mean, I've never seen nothing that evil.
It's pretty cool when you just have enough bars to get in Sasquatch Chronicles while you're camping.
I can't even.
It's freaking awesome.
Turned and stared at me, and.
Hello, everyone. Hope everyone's doing good. My buddy and I are out here camping at Trout Lake. We're going to be spending a few days out here doing some hiking, some kayaking, and looking for any signs or activity of Bigfoot. There's a lot of stories and reports coming from this area. Not all just Bigfoot, a lot of paranormal activity as well. Some people have suggested that this place is haunted. You know, they have seen ghosts around the lake. Also strange orbs of light hovering over the lake. A lot of UFO sightings out here, and a lot of Bigfoot reports. Mostly reports of screams and howls and a lot of wood knocks. Now, I've camped out here a couple times, and I've experienced some odd things. I've had rocks rolled down the hill and tossed into the creek near my camp. I've heard multiple tree falls. I've heard a lot of wood knocks out here, and I've heard at least one vocalization way off in the distance here. So it's been about probably 2 or 3 years since I've been back out here. So we got camp set up, sitting by a nice warm fire right now, and just waiting for it to get a little darker. We did some wood knocks earlier, and around like 5:45 this evening, I went out onto the dock and banged my baseball bats together, and the knock just kind of echoed across the lake. And within a few minutes, I got a response of 2 knocks up from the hillside just from our camp here. Didn't get any other responses after that. So we hiked up on the hillside and placed a digital recorder up there, which is running right now. So we will also have another recorder set up near camp. Got game cameras around the area right now. So this is our first night here, and we've already heard 2 wood knocks. So that's a good sign, I guess. Better than nothing. I'll take it. So hopefully we'll get some action tonight, or the next following nights. So I'll keep you guys posted on what happens tonight. It's just up from where we decided to set up camp. A little mountain stream coming through. But we were just like walking around, and it seems like we found possible impression kind of underneath this overhang. It's hard to tell. It's only about, I'd say, about 11 inches. But then you make your way up this way, and then we got another fairly large impression here. I'm not sure, I mean, it kind of looks like there's some indents in the ground right there. So So we're looking at possible between 12 to 13 inches. I go all the way up to the tip there. It's at least a 14-inch track, if it is a track. And crappy tape measure. About 6 inches wide, maybe 6.5. I don't know. It's hard to tell. Hard to tell. And that will be a pain in the butt to navigate through, but we're going to give it a shot later. There's also some gouge marks right here. Could be just a deer maybe heading up that way. We've only been out here for about 2 hours now, and it's got the right feel. You can just feel it. So I'm just coming back from the ridge overlooking the lake. Cranked out one scream, and Buddy was back in camp, so I'm out here solo. I'm about, well, I'm only about maybe a little less than a half a mile left to get back to camp, but he was back in camp to hear if anything happens on his end. So it sounded great when the scream went out. Unfortunately, I didn't have my GoPro running at the time, so I apologize for that, but it sounded great. Ran into another group of hikers out here, and they were hiking the same trail that we were, heading off to a different direction though. And they told us about some Bigfoot sightings and activity that was in the area over the years. And they seemed like believers that this is the place where Bigfoot hangs out. So last night I was so dead tired, I just, as soon as my head hit the pillow, I was out. So I don't know if anything vocalized last night or did any wood knocks, but I had 2 recorders set out. One right near the water of the lake, and second recorder was up on this ridge where I was just doing some call blasting. So I'm going to have a lot of audio to go through in the next 2 days, but hopefully something's on there. Unfortunately, we're camping in the actual campground, which is the best way to access these trails and stuff like that. But we have one little group of campers, all women, who just want to get drunk and loud. But of course, with their laughing and screaming, hopefully that'll attract something to come in too. So I have no problem using drunk, loud, immature campers as bait for Bigfoot. Well, that's probably pretty bad of me to say, but they are pretty annoying. And I mean, they were up till like, I think 2 o'clock in the morning, just partying it up. That's why I don't like camping in actual campgrounds sometimes, unless it's the off season. Well, I see camp ahead of me, so I'll let you go for now. One thing I forgot to mention, the area here that we're camping in, I mean, everywhere I look, I see wild strawberries, raspberries, huckleberries, and there they are. A lot of elk, a lot of deer, a lot of rabbits. And with the lake, there's tons of frogs, fish. So it's a good environment for something to live off of, at least for their diet. So, plus there's tons of mushrooms around here. I guess this is a popular place to come to pick mushrooms as well. So a Bigfoot could definitely survive up here. It's a perfect location.